I moved in with my dad full-time because my mom expected me to share everything with my half-sisters. My parents broke up before I was even born, but they both stayed in my life. I've been going back and forth between their houses since I was little, spending 1 week with mom and 1 week with dad. The problem is my mom remarried and had 3 more kids. At her house, I had to share a bedroom with my 2 younger half-sisters, Emma and Sophie. They're 8 and 10, and I'm 16. My mom acted like this was totally normal and would always say things like, "Lots of kids share rooms," whenever I complained. But it wasn't just the room. My mom had this obsession with making everything fair between me and my half-siblings. If my dad bought me new clothes, she'd get mad that I kept them at his house instead of bringing them over to share. If my dad wanted to take me somewhere fun, like the beach or a movie, she'd flip out and demand that either my half-siblings got invited too, or that her and my stepdad got to take all of us first. Last month was my birthday, and my dad planned this amazing day at Aquatica with me and my 3 best friends. We've been planning it for weeks, and I was so excited. The night before, my mom calls and starts yelling about how unfair it was that my half-siblings weren't invited. I told her it was my birthday and I wanted to hang out with my friends, not babysit a bunch of little kids. She goes, "Those aren't just random kids, they're your sisters." But honestly, my dad doesn't even know them. It would have been weird and awkward trying to include them when he was just trying to give me a good birthday. She grounded me for being selfish, but my dad picked me up anyway, and we had the best day ever. When I got back to mom's house, she was furious and said I was becoming spoiled and selfish just like my father. The final straw happened 2 weeks ago. I saved up my allowance money and bought this room divider online so I could have some privacy in the bedroom. It wasn't even that expensive, just like $40 from Amazon. I set it up around my bed so I could have my own little space. My mom came home from work, saw it, and completely lost her mind. She starts screaming about how I should have asked permission and checked with Emma and Sophie first to see if they were okay with it. I told her I deserve some privacy at 16 years old. She goes, "You don't deserve privacy when you act like being in the same room with your sisters is torture. This room sharing is supposed to bring you closer together, and you're just trying to wall them off." Then she called me a selfish brat and said she knew I was hoarding stuff at my dad's house and acting like a spoiled princess over there. She grounded me for a whole month just for buying a room divider with my own money. That's when I told her I was done. I said I wanted to live with my dad full time, and she couldn't stop me because the court order says I can choose where to live once I turn 16. She tried to guilt trip me, saying it would disrupt the whole household and destroy my relationships with my half-siblings, but I didn't care anymore. I was so tired of fighting every single week about the same stupid stuff. I packed all my things and moved to my dad's house that weekend. I have my own room, my own space, and nobody expects me to share everything I own with a bunch of kids just because we happen to be related. My mom's been calling and texting nonstop, saying I'm making childish decisions with my teenage brain, but I've only been back to her house 3 times in 4 months, and each time just proved that nothing has changed. She's still mad, but I'm finally happy.